What's up, guys? Welcome to class. I'm your teacher, Mr. Senpai, and I brought you English, not my best skill. The other week, my top 3 favorite animes. Well, this episode of Mr. Senpai is going to be my top 3 favorite manga. Now, sadly, one of them actually does not have a English copy, hard copy, or whatever. So I can't actually show it to you, but I will. Now, my editing skills are not the best in the world, so if it doesn't show up well, please forgive me. I'll end up putting it down here when I get to it. But I'm going to talk about the 2 that I have in my hand. So, and obviously, these are my top favorite 3. May not be yours, but agree to disagree, and I'm not going to give you my rating on them because, well, they're my favorite, so 10 to 10 to 10. Well, if I actually had to look at it from a review standpoint of view, I probably might not give them all 10s, but that's not the point. So, I'm going to start with number 3. Rosario plus Vampire. A lot of you have probably actually watched or heard of the anime. The manga's way better. I'm actually behind on the manga and I need to catch up, but I absolutely fucking love the manga. As of right now, this is my number 3. It's possible that it could change eventually, but it is my number 3. I reread the volumes that I have like every couple of months. And I don't want to just read the summary off the back. I want to give you my own summary. If you haven't heard about it, I'll give you a quick summary. Long story short, human ends up getting into a all-monster school where everybody looks like humans, so that way they can practice to live with humans in the human world. And everybody thinks he's some kind of monster in disguise. You're not supposed to let anybody know what kind of monster you are, but he's human, and he meets this vampire chick, and they connect, and she ends up finding out he is human, and they stay friends, and they try and keep a secret, and plus have a normal school life in a monster high school. So she's a vampire, in case I didn't say that right now. So, and there are a bunch of other characters that come along. I'm not going to say who they are, but I will say what kind of monsters they are. A witch, a succubus, a snow woman. I think that's what she's called. Internet, don't hit me. And I know another witch. And I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. I don't know. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anybody. I know they bring in a werewolf. But Rosario plus Vampire is my number 3 in my list of favorite mangas. And, I mean, it's just so enjoyable. That she has a double side. She's bipolar. But yeah, it's a greatly enjoyable manga. Action, romance, comedy, suspense. There's a lot of suspense. Alright. Now, my number 2 and my number 1 are actually kind of tied because both of them were very enjoyable. And actually, I'm not even sure if my number 1... I'm calling this my number 2, but I'm not sure if my number 1 actually is completely finished. I thought it was. And I'm hoping it's not, because that means more that I can enjoy. But my number 2 is Samama. I don't really 100% know how to pronounce that. And if I'm right, I'm looking at it, the screen, and it looks like it's backwards. And if it is, I'm sorry, I just noticed that, and I don't know how to fix that if I do. Wait, let me try something. Nope, I didn't do nothing. But Samama. I'm just gonna call it Samama for short. Main character's right there. Main female character, other side and important characters. Obviously, they're on the volume. Oh, Rosario plus Vampire. Don't know exactly how many volumes it has, but it does have like 2 seasons of the manga. Rosario plus Vampire and then Rosario plus Vampire 2. Sumomo, it is a 12-volume manga, and I enjoyed it from beginning to end. From beginning to end. I actually followed this. I started reading it back in middle school, and it like kind of took over my life in a way, because I had to wait for several months. Like at that point in time, I didn't know you could go online and actually read chapters, but I had to wait for several months to get like the next volume, which they had, I think, half of it already completed when I first started. So I think they had 6 volumes, and I'd still have to wait like an entire week to get to the next volume. But for the other half, I had to wait months, and it killed me. So the summary on this is basically going to be the main character, and I can't... I can't say these Japanese names. I'm sorry. I can't read. He hates violence. His family is the Dog Clan of the Zodiacs. They are all martial artists. His dad obviously is the head, and the main character absolutely despises violence. He wants to be a lawyer, and he says he can solve everything through words, not violence, blah, blah, blah. Well, come to find out, he's engaged to the daughter of the Dragon Clan, and they're supposed to make powerful babies. Actually, I wish I hadn't broke my first volume. I need to get another one. Otherwise, I'll show you this awesome scene from the first chapter. Oh, so good. But he and her, well, people don't want him to be with her, so they start sending assassins after him, some of the other clans, so that way she can marry someone else and make other babies with them, blah, blah, blah. So it basically, because he can't fight, she's having to protect him, and he's doing what he can. He's tired of being weak, blah, 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 stuff like that. And it just goes on like that for 12 volumes. He's rejecting her love. She remembers him back when they were smaller, because they met a couple times, and that's what, like, the image of him, her thought and her mind training is what kept her going through her training, and kind of for her to find out that he didn't train and stuff like that kind of broke her a little bit. But that's my number 2 is Mama. Absolutely love it, and like I said, this is tied for first place, and I want to say this is first place, but I don't know. It's hard, because this has action, romance, comedy, so many good things, and then the other one's just mainly romance. And speaking of the other one, my number 1 for this video, like I said, tie, is... The name of it, most people probably don't know it. The anime, I actually watched the anime and then turned around and read the manga, and I absolutely love the manga way more than the anime. And that is Mysterious Girlfriend X. And for there's probably only one person, that's Otaku Sage, that actually knows this manga, because I've told him about it. He's probably thinking, oh God, but... and I'm going to put the first volume cover up over here somewhere, so hopefully it's there. If it's not, well, then my editing skills really, really suck. But it follows this young couple before, they're a couple, obviously, and the main character is really both of them, I'd say, but more so him than her. And she's the oddball in class. She actually, after she gets her work done, she goes to sleep. And there was an incident where it's middle of class, and then she just busts out laughing and falls on the floor, just whatever. And the teacher's like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah. I just thought of something really funny." He's like, "Would you like to share it?" Well, it's kind of personal. And, you're kind of like, the fuck? After that, nobody bothered her again, And, same class or whatever. Well, he ends up catching her. Now, warning, this is very weird manga, but I like it. My personal opinion. He catches her sleep. Everybody's done basically left. Well, he goes and wakes her up. Well, apparently she had drooled on the fucking table. Now, I agree this is disgusting, but it made for an interesting story. She left or whatever. Well, it was something about the drool. He puts his finger in it and yeah, but at that point he gets sick and he's out for a couple of days. Well, she ends up taking his missed work or whatever, and she basically kind of like tells him, well, the reason why you're sick is because you got addicted to my saliva. So here, and he started feeling better. Like I said, very weird. Don't judge me or the manga. Well, you can judge it after you read it yourself. But it puts a new twist on a different kind of romance story that I hadn't seen told this way before. So they become a couple, and it's kind of like the routine. It's kind of like a kiss for them. And it's like, for example, it's like it's some kind of connection between them. Like, there's several incidents. Like, if she's, say, ain't got no panties on, and then he, like, tastes her saliva, he'll get nosebleed. Like, it's like he knows it without knowing it. Like, he can feel her emotions. Very weird, but I don't know how to explain it. Overall, like I said, I love the storytelling about it. The writers, oh my god. They threw some twists in there, and the ending for it, which I'm not going to spoil, it was intense. Not bad intense. It was just, like I said, no spoilers. They gave you what you wanted, but not without giving it to you 100%. If that makes any sense. And if you actually read the manga all the way through, you will understand me exactly. I don't know how many volumes it would be. I think it's around 15 volumes, I think. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But that's my top 3 manga. And if you like any of these, or Mysterious Girlfriend X, leave a comment below. If you're going to go and check it out, leave a comment below. Tell me, say, hey, I hadn't heard of none of these, and I'm going to go check them out all. So, yeah. I'd appreciate it. Especially, I think most people have heard of Rosario Plus Vampire by now, because I know it's on Netflix, or at least it was. Momo. It's good. All 3 of them are good. If you want a good, interesting, weird, and strange romance, Mysterious Girlfriend X, action, well, there you go. Momo. So, thanks for watching. This is Mr. Senpai. Oh, and before, I almost forgot, but an anime suggestion from Mr. Senpai, because I'm going to do an anime suggestion for every kind of anime-related video, would be GTO, Great Teacher Onizuka. I know with my last couple videos I've been on comedy a lot, but this is a older anime and it's really good. I'll eventually one day do a review on it. We'll go ahead and tell you it's like 50 episodes, so prepare to sit down and binge. It is worth binging. So this is Mr. Senpai saying class is dismissed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.